Going back to the basics, really. Words on the printed page. Thank you, Steve Gutenberg, right? What is this, oak? Oh, I don't even think it's oak.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 pretentious TV characters you just want to slap.
After I raise my armies and kill your traitor brother, I'm going to give you his head as well.
For this list, we'll be looking at some of TV's most arrogant, pompous, and/or self-absorbed characters who we wouldn't mind giving a good smack or two. For the record, we don't condone violence, but these characters certainly make things difficult. Did we miss anyone you love to hate? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Pete Campbell, Mad Men. When you come from a well-connected family and a wealth of privilege, a sense of entitlement isn't too surprising.
You know what? You're going to go to bed alone tonight, and you're going to realize you don't know anything for sure.
But Pete Campbell takes it to a whole other level. The overzealous account executive routinely demonstrates poor judgment and selfishness as he strives to be at the top of the firm.
Your account? You have no idea what you're doing. In fact, as far as I can tell, our need for you disappeared the day after you fired us.
He resorts to blackmail to advance his goal and cheats on his wife, pointing to a serious lapse in morals for the young professional. Not to mention, Pete has jealous tendencies, abuses his power, and treats women horrifically. Acting more like a self-centered child who thinks he's God's gift to the world, Pete is about as smug as they come.
Pete, get out. You're making a fool of yourself.
Number 9. Terry Silver, Cobra Kai. Like Pete, Terry comes from money, but the sensei's background as a US Army vet turned him into someone who's as combative as he is pretentious.
Danny.
From the moment you met me, I've been making you do things you didn't want to do.
He's antagonistic in The Karate Kid Part 3, and somehow manages to be even more so when he makes his return in Cobra Kai. With a luxurious lifestyle and fierce karate skills, Terry is constantly flexing on people whom he deems inferior, which is pretty much everyone.
What was it you said would happen if I crossed your line? Before I cross it again and again.
He's always instigating fights, cheating to get ahead, and trying to ruin everyone's lives. He even sets Mike's business on fire in the name of making Cobra Kai the ultimate global dojo.
I told you not to play with fire.
Though Daniel gives him an adequate beating, we'd still like to slap him around. Number 8. Piper Chapman, Orange is the New Black. Before becoming an inmate at Litchfield Penitentiary, Piper enjoyed life as a former debutante and business owner with wealthy relatives. This cushy background might explain why she exhibits rather privileged and whiny behaviors in prison.
I have to go to another prison. A different one. You have to move me.
As if her frequent complaining isn't annoying enough, her lack of self-awareness is evidenced on multiple occasions. She stresses over her business while others worry about feeding their kids. She rats out Alex and leaves her for Stella, and even gets Maria's sentence extended. Worst of all, she accidentally creates a white power group of inmates. Piper does have periods of growth throughout the series, but insufferable relapses always seem to follow.
Just don't say twinsies around me again.
Fantastic. And remember, ladies, stay active.
Number 7. Jeremy Jamm, Parks and Recreation. Simply uttering his catchphrase,
"You just got jammed,"
is enough to make us want to slap Jam. But signature saying aside, there are plenty of other reasons to dislike the self-involved orthodontist and city councilman. He's primarily concerned with getting ahead in both of his careers, no matter what it takes, whether it be via corrupt behavior, political favors, or most commonly, blocking every attempt of Leslie Knope's to improve Pawnee.
Who here thinks parks are stupid? Let the record show that everyone is raising their hands.
On top of that, Jam is a blatant misogynist and speaks down to his peers on a regular basis. With an obvious inferiority complex and disregard for anyone other than himself, Jam could certainly use some humbling.
Apparently, Councilman Jeremy Jamm is not pleased that I punched him in the face on the night of Leslie's wedding. He is suing me.
Number 6. Sebastian Milton, The Walking Dead. We would think a zombie apocalypse might lower one's expectations, but Sebastian expects things to go his way regardless of the situation.
What the hell was that about?
You just disrupted our date.
As the son of his community's governor, he resides in the Commonwealth and lives a much easier life than other survivors in the series. As a result of his lifestyle both before and during the apocalypse, Sebastian is basically a demanding, spoiled brat who uses his family's power to threaten others.
These lunatics attacked us. No, this is all your fault, Mercer. What the hell were you?
He's so consumed with himself that he even forces people to risk their lives just so he can retrieve money. Even more concerning is his emotionless reaction to hearing that his demand resulted in people dying.
We're Elvis and Castle.
They didn't make it.
Needless to say, the seemingly sociopathic jerk needs a reality check. Number 5. Rachel Berry, Glee. As soon as we meet Rachel, it's evident that she's an overambitious performer who craves being the center of attention.
I'm up at 6 a.m. every day. I have my protein shake with banana and flaxseed oil, and by 6:10, I'm on the elliptical.
She immediately believes she's the best member of the Glee Club and is almost always unwilling to share the spotlight with her equally talented peers. In addition to being severely annoying with her judgmental and neurotic tendencies, she's also incredibly self-centered at times, like when she throws a tantrum after not getting a solo.
Well, I'm trying to shake things up a bit, get us out of our boxes.
You're trying to punish me.
I think you're being irrational.
I think you're being unfair.
I think you're being unfair to Tina.
She undoubtedly has special talent, but it's gone to her head. For much of the series, Rachel is the Glee Club know-it-all who has the makings of a star, but not a team player. Instead of a slap, she deserves a slushie.
I think it would make an important statement to the rest of the team if you told them right at the beginning that I'm the star.
Oh my God.
Number 4. Dawson Leary, Dawson's Creek. Dawson may view himself as the nice guy, but fans of the show see right through that persona. While the titular character does go out of his way to be kind to others, he goes even further to make sure everyone knows it. His peers reinforce the whole nice guy shtick, essentially feeding Dawson's ego and sense of moral superiority.
Are you delusional enough to believe that you actually have something real with Joey?
But Dawson regularly shows his pretentious true colors, especially when it comes to his treatment of women and belief that he's worthy of any woman's affection. Luckily, Natasha finally says what we were all thinking during the series' final season.
See, Dawson's the kind of guy who will walk a girl home, you know? Help with a rain puddle. Real gentleman. Then he'll sleep with her, tell her she's the best he ever had, and break up with her answering machine.
This sentiment, and the much-memed crying face of the lead, pretty much sum up the drama, moodiness, and entitlement that is Dawson Leary.
Go.
Number 3. Dan Humphrey, Gossip Girl. Dan is the kind, lonely boy who isn't as innocent as we're initially led to believe. One of the central characters who isn't as rich as his classmates, Dan finds his outlet in writing.
Why do you all think that this is funny? Gossip Girl ruined our lives.
But what seems like a passion is actually an exploitative ploy to expose the Upper East Siders that surround him. Exhibiting extremely judgmental and arrogant behavior behind the facade of Gossip Girl, Dan reveals very personal secrets about many of those closest to him, including the girl he loves and his sister.
Everything I've said about how I feel is the truth.
No, that's not possible. That doesn't make sense. You couldn't say these things about me if you loved me.
He keeps the front up for years and doesn't seem so apologetic for using his family and friends as sources for his writing. With that said, Blair has the right idea with this one.
Oh, okay.
What is wrong with you?
Number 2. Serena Joy Waterford, The Handmaid's Tale. To call Gilead's influential wife pretentious would be an understatement.
This is your second posting, then?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Our last one was brand new. It was like training a dog, only not a very smart one.
More than that, Serena is pretty horrible. The childless, aspiring mother uses her powerful status to treat her handmaid Offred as her slave, forcing her to conceive with her husband. She cares about nothing other than having a baby and is willing to abuse anyone to get it. She's also a vehement anti-feminist who treats her fellow women as complete dirt.
I'm blessed to have a home and a husband to care for and follow.
Her role in creating a society where humans are treated so poorly is enough for us to want to slap some sense into her. But the cutthroat and vile behaviors she routinely exhibits make her not only self-serving, but borderline evil.
You will stay here, and you will not leave this room. Do you understand me?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Joffrey Baratheon, Game of Thrones. Arguably the most pretentious character to grace our TV screens is Joffrey, the epitome of entitlement and pure sadism.
I could just cut your throat.
Every man needs hands, Your Grace.
Good. Tongue it is.
The bastard son who inherits the Iron Throne is all things spoiled and amoral, frequently demonstrating cruelty through his unreasonably extreme punishments and disgusting treatment of everyone around him.
I'm done for the day. I'll leave the rest of the matters to you, Mother.
He gets off on tormenting and inflicting pain on others without batting an eye at all the fatalities he causes. Even in the midst of the intense power struggle of Westeros, Joffrey can't see past his own selfish agenda and impulsivity.
Who threw that? Find who did that and bring him to me! Hold on! Don't just kill them! Kill them all!
So, in the severely unlikable case of Joffrey Baratheon, much more than a slap is warranted. And boy, does he get it. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.